There's nothing like being back on UK soil, getting my head down, and get back in routine and regiment, and that's how I like living my lifestyle in a regiment format, and focus on what I've got ahead of me, really.
You can see he's massive, he's in shape, he's going to be a real challenge, and it's something different for me. Look, I'm used to boxing boxers and boxing the head off somebody.
You know, unfortunately, it was a terrible accident, tragic injury, and you know, he'll take a little bit of time to recover physically. I think more will come out on that when Anthony's prepared to share it.
Anthony Joshua has made a statement concerning his career, and this is what he had to say. He said, quote, he said, "I can't stop now. I've got to keep going until I reach my destination. I'm targeting Tyson."
So here's what went down at that press conference, and it was absolute madness. Anthony Joshua just rolled up after recovering from that devastating car accident and walked straight into Fury and Wardley's media session with pure fire in his eyes. He locked eyes with Fury and basically dared him to prove himself right there on the spot. The energy in that room was insane. You could cut the tension with a knife, and everyone knew they were witnessing something massive building toward an epic showdown.
So we won't be trying to engage very early or very often, but that's another area I can double down and hunt him around that ring. Like, there's only so long you can go running from me in a ring. You're not gonna be able to keep that up for 12 rounds. I will find you, I will hunt you down, and you will have to stand in front of me and let your hands go at one point or another. So, and at that moment, that's where I come out on.
Eddie Hearn made it clear. The moment Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury locked horns sent massive waves through the entire boxing community. Joshua's raw energy was through the roof, and you could see Fury feeling that pressure as AJ threw down the gauntlet. This is the battle fans have been craving for ages, and watching Joshua get this fired up, promising complete destruction, turned the whole atmosphere electric. The drama, the build-up, the pure anticipation. This is exactly what makes boxing magical.
It's good to hear Anthony Joshua speak with confidence and strength, saying that he has a strong mind. And that was great, because a lot of people are wondering with that tragedy, you know, how he could be doing mentally and spiritually. Of course, he's sad. Of course, he's down. Of course, he needs time to grieve and all those things. But he has a strong.
Fabio Wardley stepped up with serious confidence, straight up announcing he's the superior fighter and claiming he could take down both Joshua and Fury without breaking a sweat. His boldness left everyone speechless. Wardley didn't even blink while staring Fury down like he was marking his territory. This wasn't just about those two anymore. Another dangerous contender had jumped into the mix, and the heavyweight landscape just became absolutely insane.
Obviously, Anthony Joshua was the dream fight that he was hoping for sometime late summer. Arslanbek Makhmudov is the rumored guy that he's going to be coming in against, the guy that just beat Dave Allen, the big Russian, very powerful, very strong. But
this represents the battle everyone on Earth has been demanding. Supporters don't care about anything else because Joshua versus Fury is the ultimate heavyweight dream match. AJ has been grinding relentlessly. Fury can't keep dodging it, and every statement from Joshua just cranks up the excitement. Everything is aligned for pure destruction, and nobody doubts this collision is coming.
And so with that in mind, physically, of course, he'll overcome it. It's whether boxing provides him with an outcome that he wants to motivate himself to go back into a ring.
Something incredible emerged from Anthony Joshua's recovery from that terrible tragedy, and it goes way beyond just physical healing. His mental and spiritual transformation is obvious, and despite losing precious time and dealing with heartbreak, AJ's self-assurance is radiating stronger than ever. You can see it clearly, a warrior who's been through hell, who's mourned deeply, yet stands completely unbroken. That mindset transformation alone turns him into an absolute nightmare for any opponent, and the boxing world is buzzing with excitement to see him dominate again.
You can't ever guess what Tyson Fury's thinking or what his plan is, you know, and it's really, you just got to know, like, you can't choose confidently what he's going to do. Maybe he's had enough, maybe he's got the ump, maybe it's a game. You just got to worry about yourself, and you know, for us, AJ's probably a couple of weeks away from going back into camp, and then, you know, in a couple of weeks maybe we'll reach out to Frank and Spencer and say, Look, we're going to make our next move. Do you want to speak to Tyson and see, make sure it's 100%?
Frank Spencer Oliver revealed something massive when he pointed out that Anthony Joshua has locked on to his ultimate target, and that target is definitely Fury. While people keep talking about Arslan Makhmudov possibly being a warm-up opponent, everyone realizes his fighting approach actually benefits Fury. But Joshua's laser focus, devastating power, and relentless drive turn him into an absolute horror story for anyone brave enough to face him. The heavyweight scene just became exponentially more lethal.
He said that he wants to fight, but his fight will only happen when the terms are agreed for him to fight. And as far as I understand at this moment, that's not been done. So the terms have got to be sorted out, and then I'm quite sure if that is the case, he will.
Duke McKenzie. Simon Jordan nailed the crucial point perfectly. Physically, Anthony Joshua possesses everything needed to dominate, but the real battle is happening in his mind. After experiencing tragedy and staying away from competition, will AJ unleash those devastating combinations like he did during his absolute prime? Fighting isn't just technical ability, it's about that burning desire, that killer instinct, and that warrior's heart. Everyone is paying close attention, understanding that if Joshua channels his concentration and fury properly, Fury might be facing serious danger. This goes beyond a regular bout. It's a resurrection, a declaration, and an opportunity to remind everyone he's still the heavyweight destroyer the world respected.
I know the fight with Anthony Joshua is an interesting one we want to see, one that I certainly want to see. First of all, I'd just like to say, why retire, why come?
Eddie Hearn explains clearly that working with Tyson Fury feels like trying to predict the weather in a tornado. Today it seems legitimate, tomorrow it feels like psychological warfare. That unpredictability explains exactly why Joshua's team refuses to chase illusion. Right now, the priority is Anthony Joshua perfecting himself mentally and physically, because maintaining control represents the only real weapon you possess in boxing's political games. Fury's mysterious behavior, constant postponements, and contradictory messages only increase suspicions that this might be strategic procrastination. AJ, however, is training like the battle is guaranteed. When training camps begin and contracts get drafted, reality will emerge. Either Fury commits completely, or everyone discovers who's actually prepared to fight.
He'll get a tune-up. It'll be Anthony Joshua before Alexander Usyk. That is my understanding.
When you say tune-up, you're not referring to
like
Anthony Joshua as a tune-up,
or no, that's not a tune-up.
No, that's what I mean. But just the way you worded that. Then.
Well, we're already into. He hasn't fought for 6.5, 7 months.
Well, he's retired, mate.
He's retired. Yeah, he's retired. My understanding is behind the scenes they're working very closely on getting him back, maybe late this year or very early.
Warren breaks down the harsh truth behind all the excitement, and it slices through the confusion immediately. Staying active in training doesn't create super fights. Signed contracts do. Joshua working hard demonstrates commitment, but commitment means absolutely nothing without official agreements. This has nothing to do with courage or self-belief. It's about power, strategic advantage, and perfect timing. Supporters crave emotion, but promoters focus on legal documents. Until financial terms, specific conditions, and binding promises get finalized, everything stays theoretical. The disappointment for fans is understandable because the match feels within reach, yet impossibly distant. One fact remains certain though. After terms get confirmed, alibis vanish completely. Then both fighters will prove themselves through performance, not interviews.
Why? Because Tyson Fury is a fighting man. So I know Dylan White is nightmare to everybody. You never know. Right now, people are thinking, yes, I know how to take that boy out. It's the same shot Anthony Joshua took him out with, and Pulev took him out, Povetkin took him out with. But I just think, fight-wise, I'd lean towards Anthony Joshua.
Lindsay targets achievements rather than personalities, and that approach really hits hard. He challenges whether popularity has overtaken honest assessment in greatness discussions. Victories count, but circumstances matter infinitely more, and fighting records reveal difficult realities. Defeating specific fighters might generate headlines, but it can't rewrite boxing history. True legends get built through consistency, legitimate threats, and complete superiority over championship-level opponents. His frustration centers on declining standards in contemporary boxing debate. Being vocal, maintaining an undefeated record, or providing entertainment doesn't automatically create historical significance. Supporters can appreciate Fury's achievements, but measuring against genuine legends requires honest examination. Until accomplishments match the hype, These arguments will continue indefinitely. Fabio Wardley talks with the type of conviction that immediately captures everyone's attention. He doesn't seem fazed by famous names or scared of legendary records. He sounds absolutely certain. Energy, determination, and raw ambition become deadly tools, particularly against a heavyweight who survived brutal battles. Wardley recognizes opportunities where others see intimidation, and that self-assurance alone makes this discussion explosive. The concept that Fury might be susceptible to knockout power again isn't unrealistic. It's fascinating. This transcends polite competitive banter. It's a contender already seeing the ending before the opening bell sounds. Regardless of public opinion, declarations like this create pressure. Immediately, Fury transforms from predator to prey. Carl Froch reveals the question everyone avoids answering truthfully. Why step away when the most significant fight of your generation remains completely untouched? This isn't living in the past. This represents incomplete destiny. Joshua versus Fury transcends simple competition. It's a crucial moment for British boxing history. Froch's perspective reveals something profound. Walking away only feels right when nothing important remains unproven. But right now, everything valuable sits waiting. Reputation, honor, and boxing immortality demand attention louder than retirement comfort. Supporters are finished with excuses and explanations. They demand decisive action. Every instance Fury hints at leaving then returns damages credibility. If this battle truly holds meaning, only one answer exists. Stop playing games with retirement talk and embrace the challenge before this opportunity disappears permanently. Tony Bellew exposes the harsh mathematics of scheduling in elite competition. Coming directly from an exhausting training cycle and brutal fight into another war zone isn't always wise, but allowing historic opportunities to slip away isn't smart either. This creates the perfect trap Fury exploits, forcing opponents to operate on his timeline. Refuse, and you potentially lose the biggest financial opportunity. Accept, and you risk being inadequately prepared. That uncertainty feeds questions about whether this showdown ever becomes reality. Bellow's tone reveals exhaustion, with the endless speculation, the misleading announcements, the theatrical delays. Boxing followers have witnessed this pattern previously, where aggressive promotion leads to complete silence. Eventually, reputation becomes valuable currency. Making empty promises repeatedly doesn't just frustrate fans, it destroys confidence that the actual fight will ever happen. Gareth Davies describes a situation filled with uncertainty disguised as insider knowledge. Extended breaks, unexpected retirements, and secret discussions all confuse the difference between planning and chaos. When a heavyweight vanishes for extended periods, momentum doesn't pause, it shifts elsewhere. The strategy of gradual return sounds logical, but boxing doesn't reward those who hesitate. Private conversations might be happening, but public skepticism continues growing. Supporters hear schedules, then hear cancellations. That inconsistency breeds cynicism. If the return is genuine, transparency must replace guesswork. Boxing history shows no mercy to fighters who wait too long outside competition. Davies' information suggests activity, but until equipment gets worn and calendars get confirmed, every comeback announcement feels temporary instead of definite. Johnny Nelson combines practicality with optimism, recognizing weaknesses without abandoning faith. Sure, fighters analyze video footage and picture similar results, but boxing never follows predictable patterns. One perfect punch doesn't guarantee an identical outcome. Knowledge, tactical changes, and mental preparation transform everything. However, Nelson favors Joshua because reliability counts. AJ's capacity to perform under extreme pressure and follow systematic game plans separates fantasy from actuality. Raw power alone doesn't win championship fights. Precision and mental strength do. Nelson's opinion shows respect instead of promotional hype. While others create storylines, he evaluates realistic chances. Fans might debate forever, but inside the ring, discipline defeats randomness most of the time. If this matchup occurs again, it won't be determined by previous results. It'll be decided by whoever adjusts best when maximum pressure arrives. The conflict between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury has exploded beyond control, and supporters are craving resolution. Every media appearance, every passionate statement, every calculated insult is constructing the foundation for what might be the most important heavyweight battle in recent memory. Fabio Wardley waiting in the shadows only intensifies the situation, proving that this division stays completely unpredictable. This fight represents more than technical ability, it's about respect, historical significance, and absolute supremacy. Who will deliver when the entire planet is paying attention? Drop your thoughts below and let us know. Do you believe Joshua will finally defeat Fury, or will Fury's tactical brilliance win again?